Greetings viewers, Eric the Car Guy here, and thank you very much for tuning in today. And I'm sad to report that this isn't necessarily a repair video and more of an announcement. And that announcement is this: after an exhaustive search for a new shop to move into, I've come up bust and I'm out of time and I have to move out. Now, I had a place lined up. For those of you that have been watching my ETCG 1 channel, had a place all lined up, believed I was going to sign the lease. That was February 24th, 2022. I believed I was going to sign a lease on that day, but when talking to the owner, all negotiations kind of broke down and I ended up not getting a shop. I'm going to make an ETCG 1 video about exactly what went down with that. I'm not going to talk about that here, but what I will talk about here is, since I'm going to be basically taking my tools and everything and putting them into storage, I'm going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. And that's the part that can help you out a great deal. Check this out. Because I'm reluctant to move heavy things out of here into storage and then back into a shop at a later date, I'm just going to give them away to you, my viewers. And specifically, I'm going to be giving away my air compressor, my parts washer, my sandblaster, my tire changer, my tire balancer, and my 2-post bend pack lift. Yes, this was a lot of controversy when I first got it. Everybody said, "Oh, I wish I had a lift, I wish I had a lift." Well, this lift could be yours. I'm also going to be giving away this transmission jack. The Factory 5 project is not mine. It belongs to one of my viewers, but this guy's going into storage to a later date, so hopefully I can get to it. So don't even ask about the Factory 5. Both the parts car Integra and my GSR I am keeping. Those are going into storage, so those are not on the menu either. The Fairmont, Dad's Truck, and the Type R are all in storage and also not on the menu. Regular viewers of the show will know that I've put a ton of work into this 2003 Honda Pilot, and I haven't installed the supercharger yet, so I'm also keeping the Pilot. I'm not giving everything away, and this is an example of that. This is a front K member for a Fox body. It was originally going to go on the Fairmont. In fact, it did live there for a very short period of time before I switched over to the Maximum Motorsports setup. I also have a manual rack. All of this stuff fits a Fox body, so Mustangs, any of that kind of thing. I will be selling this stuff, so front suspension K member for a Fox body. I'm going to keep the T5 transmission, but these upper strut mounts, I'd sell those too. Since I'm moving, I won't need this RL anymore. It's a 1999. It was a special edition. It still runs. Now, I had to disconnect one of the belts. I believe it was for the AC, but it can start up and run and get onto a trailer. I will be giving this away. Sadly, I'm gonna sell the TL. Now, it's still in running and driving condition, even after its broken timing belt. It just has a check engine light on for the crank sensor. Well, guess what? In the trunk, there's a brand new crank sensor and all the parts needed, the wiring and everything in order to fix that problem. Runs and drives as it is now, just has that check engine light on it. But I will be selling this Acura TL. I had a plan for the Civic and it was a really good plan, but circumstances being what they are means I need to part with this. Now, I'm going to be giving away this car, but it's a little more complicated because it has a salvage title that I haven't transferred over into my name yet. That actually requires me bringing this vehicle to the BMV for them to inspect it to make sure that it has the correct VIN in order for me to do that. So I do want to give this away, but there may be some issues that need to be sorted out, and I'm really focused on getting my stuff packed up and moved right now. Here's a part of the shop you never get to see because it's not really a part of the shop. This is where I store things, so this is my storage. And all of this stuff over here, there's a bunch of stuff, including the original manual transmission for Dad's truck and the parts and stuff that go with that. These are things that I'm willing to give away. Also, I got the spindles that didn't work out for the GMT 400. There's a box full of K-Series parts. This stuff over here, mainly this stuff is the stuff that I'm keeping. It's all packed up, it's gonna go away. But I know for sure this pile here is gonna get given away, and this pile may grow before I'm all said and done. I'm not keeping the original tires and wheels for the truck. I'm probably gonna sell these and not necessarily give them away. But there is a set of 4, and they all look like this. And you probably can't see this, but these are 15-inch wheels, and it's a 255/70 R15. I don't know the offset or anything on these. You can look them up if you want to. I believe they're American Racing. Yeah, it's kind of sucky, the circumstances and everything of all this, but I'm hoping that you get a chance to benefit from what's going on with the situation. And as I mentioned, I'm going to post a link in the description to an ETCG1 video that goes into a bit more detail about why I'm losing the shop and all that, those of you that haven't been keeping up with it. Now, the stuff that I'm giving away and the stuff that I'm selling, this part is very important. I don't want to move this heavy stuff. In fact, I moved it into position here, and that was difficult enough. And as I mentioned, I don't necessarily want to move this stuff twice. So though I'm giving these things away for free, including the lift and everything, you, if you're going to commit to taking these things from me, you have to be able to come and get them, disassemble them, load them up, and take them wherever you are. I'm not shipping them. I'm not tearing them down. I'm not doing any of that. This is what I'm getting. So you're getting the equipment for free, but what I'm getting is I don't mess with this. You pretty much handle getting this stuff out the door. Now, as for the stuff that I'm selling, contact me directly. We'll discuss pricing, that kind of thing. And speaking of which, I'm going to put my email address down in the description, and you contact me if you want any of this stuff and you're going to commit to come picking it up, because that's important. You have to be able to take it away. And in the case of the lift, you're going to need people, plural, in order to disassemble this and get this out of here. But it's yours if you're able to come and take it. So email address down in the description. Also a link to that ETCG1 video about more detail about all this stuff that's going on. All of this stuff is going to be on a first come, first served basis. So if you end up in my inbox early, well, good on you. If you don't, well, sorry, maybe next time. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. If I don't have a shop to shoot videos in, it's going to be hard to produce videos like I've been producing videos. And I know some of you are going to say, why don't you just do them in the driveway of your house? I'm not going to rule out that possibility, but it's not my intention right off. In fact, I still have a bunch of footage from the Fairmont build that I haven't edited. I also have footage from 2001 Odyssey that I had a while back where I replaced the transmission. I also disassembled that transmission, and if I can put videos together out of that and put those out for you in the interim, I will. So as far as Eric the Car Guy videos, I'm not going to be posting weekly videos anymore. I'm going to be posting them when I can post them, and that's just how it's going to be. Still going to be active on social media. The channels aren't going away. So the Eric the Car Guy channel will still be around. The ETCG1 channel will still be around. But as far as regularly posting on Mondays and Fridays, as I have been for years and years and years, that's going to change. For how long, I'm not sure. But again, I'll go over details about all of this in that ETCG1 video. So links in the description to different stuff. Link to my email address if you're interested in any of this equipment or any of the stuff I showed in this video, and maybe even stuff that I didn't show. Just email me and, well, we'll talk about it. Something very important that I need to mention before closing this video out, and that is the time frame. Now, today is February 28th, 2022, so the last day of February. I've committed to be out of this shop by April 1st, 2022. So this has got to happen during the month of March. So if you're considering any of this stuff, keep that in mind. Also know that towards the end of the month is my daughter's birthday, and I want to be sure that I'm there for her for that. But otherwise, contact me via my email address down in the description. We'll work it out. Lastly, before I leave this place, I have to thank you, because a lot of you, well, some of you have been there since the beginning, and I was working in that dark, depressing little shop, and those of you might remember the circumstances under which I left that shop, which were also less than ideal, but look at me now. I'm in good spirits. I've got my head up, and I feel I've made the best choice that I can make in this situation, and I will be back at a later date. Again, I'll explain more about that in the ETCG1 video, but the point is, the channels are still here. I'm still here. I'm still going to remain active. I just won't have this shop for a while, and I'm okay with that. In fact, I'm kind of looking forward to the break. That said, links in the description to stuff, including a link to EricTheCarGuy.com, which is where I ask you to go if you have automotive questions. That's not going away either. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for watching. Keep watching the videos, new and old. You know, like I said, they're not going to be so regular anymore, so stay up on my social media and know when I post new videos. Be sure to click notifications, whatever you can. Watching the videos does help me. Be safe, have fun, stay dirty. I will see you next time, or I may see you soon to come take some equipment away.